everybody, how's it going? Welcome to me and me and Tarot Card Couple Banjos video, weekly tarot card reading and drawing. How's it going? Banjos just finished eating his treat. It's around 8:50 a.m. this morning. I wanted to start a little earlier, but here we are. Anyway, I hope things are going well for y'all. Anything new? Anything you'd like to focus on this week? No? Okay. Well, then I guess I'll just go ahead and start this video, start this tarot card reading. I decided to go ahead and do this dog tarot. I don't know the deck all that well, so I'm going to be referencing to the book quite often. So if you think that's a bit unprofessional, my apologies. I don't blame you if you think that's a bit unprofessional. But with that being said, this is where we are this week. Decided to go ahead and do the dog tarot just so we can look at something different. I have the cat tarot by this creator. Which I guess is why my mom got me the dog tarot. But it is a little bit different than the cat tarot, so I'll put that right there so you can see. And I was thinking we can go ahead and do the crow tarot spread. I already have the placements memorized and all that, so gonna do the crow tarot spread with the dog tarot. That seems okay. By the way, how do I like my makeup? I knew when I first started putting my makeup on this morning, I said I'm gonna have glitter on my eyebrows, which already are falling off a little bit. But I got it at the dollar store. It's not called the dollar store, but it's called like Miss A's or something, but everything's $1, and kind of dried up. I think it lasts like 2 weeks, and that's about it. But anyway, I knew I wanted to have my eyebrows glitter. My non-eyebrows, lack of eyebrows glitter. And then something dramatic, so here we are. So anyway, with that being said, I got my sketchbook over here. I have a Bath and Body Works candle going. It's bergamot and something. My mom's been going crazy with the candles. Usually we have like 1 or 2 on the kitchen counter, and she usually just puts it on the kitchen counter. And there's like 5, 6, and maybe even 7 candles over there. So went ahead and got the bergamot Bath and Body Works candle. She gets them from Home Goods too, in case you're wondering. They might be a little cheaper at Home Goods, depending on if you have like a coupon at Bath and Body Works. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I guess that's it. I guess that's it. I guess we'll go ahead and get this tarot card reading started. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee 1 second. Okay. So the dog tarot is a little bit different than the cat tarot, which is a little bit different from the crow tarot. So obviously I always like to go with the decks, right? It's a dog tarot for a reason. But I like these decks. This illustrated by Megan Lynn Knott. Chronicle books. Yeah, I guess that's who did that. Megan Lynn Knott. I think the descriptions are very helpful. They're very lighthearted. Um, Touches on certain serious situations, but always is kind of like to the point, kind of no muss, no fuss with these cat and dog tarots, which I like sometimes when you're being like so esoteric and kind of just free spirited and spiritual, like the Crow Tarot. Things can kind of get away from you. So it's nice to have this kind of simple, no muss, no fuss, a dog tarot type of dog cat tarot type of description, um, to kind of make things a little bit more simpler. And I like thinking about, obviously, I like thinking about animals and stuff like that. And I think there's also a bit of I guess playfulness to the decks, the cat and dog tarot, and playful kind of humor type situation. So yeah, that's why I like using these decks, and I thought it might be helpful. It might be nice just to look at like new imagery. I really like my Crow Tarot deck, but yeah, I'm gonna decide to venture out with this dog tarot and see where that goes. We're gonna do the Crow Tarot spread. Ready? Y'all ready? I guess couldn't think to win. Okay. I thought about flipping them all over and then reading through the book and then giving y'all the tarot card reading that way. But I think I'm just gonna go through each card and proceed like usual, per usual. Even though I might be referencing the book a lot, the guidebook. Because I don't know, I would like to be a professional tarot card reader, but I also think this is kind of like we're kind of learning together a little bit. I say something about these cards, and you know, you might be learning the deck too. So anyway, I guess we can go ahead and get started, unless there's anything else you want to add. No? Okay. Let's see the heart energy for today. The reversed moon. Well, this is just great. The moon is one of those cards where when reversed, it's actually a lot better. This is quite similar to the Cat Tarot card for the moon. You see the moon is nighttime, cats on the fence, casting judgment of this dog situation. The dog has a little either lobster, crab, or looks like a crab on this one. The dog has a hard-shelled exoskeleton type crustacean. He's holding in his mouth and kind of in a protective manner. So I would say our heart energy this week in our Crow Tarot spread is permanent. I think very interesting. It's the moon. I would say our heart energy is very connected to ourselves. I would say the universe too, but I think so far with this Major Arcana deck card, um, this is mainly about um, our moon selves or lunar selves or shadow selves, our uh, I don't know, I guess the wilder side sometimes is what that's referred to. But I would say our heart energy is very wise and very in tune with our psyche, our psychology, and how that affects us physically. So yeah, very very pleasant and positive card so far. Let's see what are present in the platform for the future. The reverse Two of Cups. This is very interesting. So, like the cat in the crow tarot, this Two of Cups focuses on relationships. More often than not, romantic relationships, but sometimes can refer to a business partner and stuff. Uh, Presently, we have this Two of Cups reversed. Um, and in the dog tarot, instead of cups being represented as cups, cups are collars and leashes, which is like, I don't know, I guess makes sense, kind of connection, safety. Owners put collars, decorative collars with the identification if they get lost. Um, so in the dog tarot, they represent the cups, the love, emotions, feelings, and dreams. But today, presently, right now, on our platform for the future, is the reverse Two of Cups, um, which I think is not so good. The upright Two of Cups is great. Um, as your tarot card reader, since we have the reversed moon, which is actually more positive than the upright moon, I would say not necessarily this reverse Two of Cups is positive. Um, the reverse Two of Cups is about seeking balance in relationships. Um, uh, Maybe there's an imbalance with these two puppies right here reversed. Maybe one's getting more love and affection than the other. So this reverse Two of Cups says maybe you should, is a bit about competition in the cups area, about with feelings and emotions, and says maybe you should take a step back and make sure that your cup is full and you're balanced in order to, I guess, proceed from there. Examine relationships with a full cup instead of with an empty one. So I think that's very interesting. We have a very emotions, maybe hidden emotions, latent energy, stagnant type of energy going on where we or somebody is not attending to. Um, Having a full cup, I think, is interesting. Um, Considering our heart energy is would probably denote just that. So presently, I think there might be a lot of, I guess, imbalance. Um, and yeah, I guess let's go ahead and see what the advice and solution or something holding us back is. The Page of Pentacles. Well, this makes sense. um, the Page of Pentacles in the Dog Tarot, all the pages represent a position of learning. The Page of Pentacles here, he's, I guess the advice would be to keep trying. So that's interesting. Um, let's see here. I guess the advice would be learning how to manage resources wisely. In this instance, the resources are energy. As far as having the dog having zoomies and stuff like that. So I would say, as far as the advice or something holding us back, I would say maybe it might be a little bit of both. We have tons of emotion in cups energy, and then all of a sudden in walks this stern advice of this Pentacles earth energy. One second. Sorry about that. My film is being quite loud. Anyway, I would say that this advice is probably not the best advice. Using your resources wisely might be advised for certain situations, but I would probably say that it is probably not the best advice for this present energy we have going on with the reverse Two of Cups. Even if it does happen to be a business partner, this emotional imbalance, it might not necessarily be fixed with this kind of work equal 50-50 putting forth work and effort into whatever task and project that might, or business that might be occurring or present right now. So I would say this advice here is not very useful. Best possible outcome is probably one second. My apologies. Yeah, so I would say best possible outcome is this advice is negligible, non-useful. At worst, it's extremely counterproductive to whatever sort of imbalance is happening, which again, I would say it's quite interesting because our heart energy and this Two of Cups is kind of about heart energy. Specifically, the Two of Cups. If it was a different cup, I might say something else. But the Two of Cups usually represents heart energy. and sometimes business and stuff. But I would say there's an extreme amount of knowledge and connection with this reversed moon card, understanding of uh, the darker sides of the emotions in life, and how to process that. And this Page of Pentacles with this reverse Two of Cups, I would say there's a lack of knowledge. There's just this kind of, I guess, like a page, this kind of just emotional immaturity. Um, so yeah, I wanted to say something else. Benjo, 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 what are you doing? Where's your toys? Go get your toys. Where's your toys? Good puppy. Um, so yeah, I would just say it's kind of interesting. We have this, I guess, this protagonist of the reverse moon, and looks like there's some, the antagonist right now is this reverse Two of Cups and this Page of Pentacles. Why they decided to surround this hard energy like this, I think, is really interesting. Um, so yeah, let's see what our hopes and fears are. The Knight of Swords. Well, this is just great. We got kind of like a bulldog, maybe a pit bull, uh, a knight of a pup right there. Oh, what a cute puppy. Um, and so we have the air element, and obviously a knight is not a page. So as far as this this room for learning, I think, is kind of seems to be an opposing theme. There seems to be this kind of negative kind of naivety going on that seems to be in the way and bothersome. We have such a strong card like the reverse moon and such a strong card of the Knight of Swords. There's definitely an imbalance. I would say, as far as the people involved and within this Two of Cups specifically. So if this is about, I guess, if you happen to feel connected to this reverse Two of Cups, maybe you feel a bit out of sorts. Maybe you feel like you're giving too much, or maybe you feel like you have a lot more to give than there's being asked of. I would say that this advice is probably not going to be helpful, this Page of Pentacles, but there are other places where you can find that balance for yourself, such as this Knight of Swords and this reversed moon card. If you yourself are feeling balanced and intellectual, logical, and reasonable, especially when dealing with emotions, this is a really great balance here. I would say that the situation around you is bad, and the advice and resources for that situation is not going to be good either. Plain and simple. Yeah, very a strong intellectual pup. Um, very focused. So that's good. Um, I guess let's see what our grounding energy is today. The Tower. Well, this is very interesting. Um, quite similar to a lot of the Tower um, tarot decks. There's this natural change going on, symbolized with the lightning. Um, and the Tower upright is more positive than the Tower card reversed. Um, so this is very interesting. We have this alignment here with the heart, the head, the heart, and the grounding. Seems to be extremely positive. Um, this Tower says that upright says is a bit kind of like the Chariot card in a sense. The Tower is harnessing the natural changes that happen in the world, such as like a thunderstorm. There are things that are just are completely beyond our control. Um, but and that can be scary. It could bring about fear and anxiety, but that's just how the body mechanics work. And our grounding energy seems to be a really strong energy. The Tower card is not a slow change. It's a very quick change in our environment. Um, and yeah, so we seem to have a very strong center line here of the crow. Um, and something I would say is out of reach of this Page of Pentacles over here. So I think that's interesting, this advice and solution of managing resources in a pentacle earth element type fashion. And I'm just assuming this advice is for this reverse Two of Cups over here. That, like I said, this center line is really strong and probably not needing the advice of a Page of Pentacle. But I would say, as far as this Two of Cups, it's not going to be very good. Presently, this reverse Two of Cups is, I would say, not emotionally balanced. For whatever reason. And so this grounding tarot card of the Tower is this Two of Cups is probably going to have, it's going to aggravate whatever imbalances are already happening. Yeah. Yeah, so as far as work goes, there's not much talk about work here in this center line. This Knight of Swords is very task oriented, very focused to get the treat, a goal oriented, results oriented type knight. Which I think is a really great card for our grounding energy, which is the Tower. So again, with our center line here, there's not much imbalance. Harnessing and utilizing the natural resources of the earth, such as a thunderstorm, lightning storm, is something really powerful. Being able to adapt to change, almost in a sense where these are you predicted it, even though it might be, it's the earth and the universe, and something outside of ourselves might be, impossible to predict. But uh, I guess what I'm getting at is, my dad used to say, the good ones make it look easy. There's a sense of ease and knowing uh, what the future holds, and because of preparation and being in tune, like this reverse moon here is. So this imbalance specifically with that's work oriented with this pentacle and the resources. Um, I feel bad for this reverse two of cups here, because I don't think it's going to go well. So let's go and see our past. The Nine of Pentacles. Well, this is just great. At first, it may have seemed like we were surrounded. Right here, our heart energy was surrounded, but it's starting to look like that's not the case. This night, we have another night in our past, which is really great. I'm going to look at the difference really quick of what the difference between the focused Knight of Swords is to the Knight of Pentacles here. Okay, so very similar to the Knight of Pentacles Crow Tarot. This Knight of Pentacles here is willing to put in the time to understand whatever knowledge it is trying to understand. I say knowledge because we have water and cups in this tower card over here. This is a work-oriented pentacle, Knight of Pentacle. So putting in the work, the experience, is something that we have in our past. So that's really great. And there are obvious differences there. So I would just say that for some reason, this advice and solution doesn't really have a connection to our Knight of Pentacles past here. So I would say that's probably interesting. Why is this Page of Pentacles here to give us advice? We have such good advice in our past, and as evident with our really strong centerline card here. So yeah, I would just wondering about this advice, and advice or something holding us back. Page of Pentacles, energy, and authority. So let's look at our external openings or uninvited energy. A Page of Cups. As one second. Okay. So I would say that this Two of Cups probably took the advice of this Page of Pentacles, and surprise, surprise, we have the Page of Cups here. So as far as connection, I think this is very interesting. This kind of earth versus water, this Page of Pentacle versus this reverse Two of Cups situation going on. This Page of Cups is not very pleasant. This dog is running into this little pool to symbolize an announcement of feelings and not feelings that are processed, well thought out, just any sort of feeling whatsoever. to, I would say, somebody probably frazzled, to somebody's feelings that are not the reverse moon card, um, are just going to be thrown in our direction. Um, so yeah, I would say a lot of emotional immaturity. I would say, 1 second. Okay, Kimmy's here, and Banjo really likes to visit with Kimmy. Anyway, yeah, so the uninvited energy, I think it's interesting, uninvited or external openings. Whatever this advice is, which I would say is really bad advice, is probably going to get a taste of their own medicine, or kind of going to get some feedback that's should have been predictable, but it is just going to be unpleasant. It's definitely not grounding energy. This kind of change and going with the change and adapting with the change of this Tower card, this Page of Cups is just going to absolutely make a fool of themselves, I think, seeing this grounding energy here. So yeah, we have a very strong and balanced protagonist. The elements of the air, the water, and I forget what the tower is. I got the crowd tower right here. Let me look real quick. I think the tower might be Earth. Oh, the tower is fire. That's right. Lightning. So we have a really understanding of this air, water, fire, and then we have this Knight of Pentacles here, which is Earth, all balanced, and stuff like that, versus this very emotionally imbalanced, which I guess is what I'm trying to get at, is arguably it is a lot of weight. Obviously, work balance can cause a lot of anxiety and burnout. But I think emotionally, the emotions for the work isn't there. There's this really imbalance of this kind of emotion and water element with this work Pentacles element. It might have something to do with our past, but our past is so great. This Knight of Pentacles is just really great. So I guess I'll see you on the next video, part 2. I'll go ahead and finish this tarot card reading.